Hello, people. Another beautiful day. Yeah. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. What? Look. What's up, gamers? Look. We're talking consoles and hard drives here. Look. Yesterday, Microsoft made a when they did the ZeniMax Bethesda showcase. They had a they had a they they did the Xbox Series S, the 1 terabyte edition, right? Um, but you know what? To me, I'm gonna be real honest with you. To me, they should have never done that. They should have never made the 1 terabyte edition of the Xbox Series S. Look, when it comes to consoles and hard drives, right? If you have a console, right? Let's say you have, uh, let's say you have the PlayStation 3, right? Let me start off there. Let's say you have a PlayStation 3, right? And you put, let's say you could put a 2 terabyte hard drive in a PlayStation 3, right? If you put a 2 terabyte hard drive from any manufacturer, whether it's Western Digital or whether it's Seagate, right? If you put any one of those drives inside the PlayStation 3, the system is supposed to recognize that hard drive. The system is supposed to format the hard drive for you and save you all the headaches that you got to go through. The system is supposed to do that. If you buy a hard drive for the PS3, right? The system and you install it, you put it in the system, and put the hard drive in the PS3. Let's say a 2 terabyte SSD, a 2 terabyte SATA hard drive, or even a 1 terabyte. The system is supposed to recognize the hard drive. The system, the system is supposed to format the hard drive for you, right? And if you run out of space on that hard drive, then you're supposed to have the ability. The console manufacturer should give you the ability now to add an external hard drive to your system, any size, because hard drives are big now. You could use, like Sony's supposed to give you the ability to add any external SATA hard drive to your PlayStation 3, right? And then the PlayStation 3 system now is supposed to recognize that hard drive and format that external hard drive for you. And that'll save you some time and some headaches, right? It's the same with the PlayStation 4. Let's say you have a PlayStation 4 and you put a 2 terabyte SATA inside the PlayStation 4. The system is supposed to recognize the hard drive, the PlayStation 4 system. The PlayStation 4 system is supposed to format the hard drive for you so you can start using it, right? Then when you run out of space for the internal hard drive on your PS4, the PlayStation 4 system now, the console manufacturers, Sony is supposed to let you install an external hard drive because SATA hard drives are big now. They're up to 30 to 50 terabytes now. You should be able to put let's say a 10 or a 12 or a 14 or a 15 or a 16 terabyte hard drive on your PS4, and the system is supposed to format the hard drive for you again, so you can continue using the PS4. That's how it needs to be. It's the same with the PS5. If you put a 2 terabyte, say, SSD in your PlayStation 5, right? The system is supposed to format the hard drive for you. The system is supposed to recognize that SSD, right? And then you can start using your PS5, right? And if you run out of space on the internal of your PlayStation 5, then you can use an external, right? And then the system is a format the drive for you, and then Once it formats the external hard drive, then you're supposed to continue to play, right? It's the same thing with the Xbox Series S. If you have an Xbox Series S and you bought the 500 gig model and you want to install a 2 terabyte internal, then the Xbox Series S is supposed to recognize that hard drive, right? And the Xbox Series S is supposed to format that drive for you. And then when you're using it, and if you're about to run out of space, and you decide to add an external, then the Xbox Series S is supposed to recognize the external, format the drive for you, and then you can continue using it. You know, it's the same. It's the same thing with the Series X. The Series X is supposed to recognize if you decide to take out the internal and put a bigger internal in it. The Xbox Series S is supposed to recognize the internal drive, format it for you, so you can continue playing and doing what you're doing. And if you're about to run out of space on the internal, then the Xbox Series X is supposed to recognize the external drive, meaning solid state, format the drive for you while you still have your internal, and then continue using that drive. That's how it needs to be when it comes to these consoles, you know, because PlayStation 3 and 4 send you through headaches, you know, and that is not necessary. And the Series X and S, you know, the system is supposed to recognize the drive, and then you can, you know, install whatever size you want. So when it comes to these consoles and these hard drives, you know, the system is supposed to format the drive internally and externally, so you can use it. You know, so you know, when I seen the Xbox Series S yesterday, and I'm saying to myself, okay, why not give the, I know they got the all black one, but which is cool, but why not give the user the ability to install an internal any size, and if that drive fills up, then, you know, install an external, you know, and let the system do all the work, you know, of formatting those drives, so you can use it on the Series S and X, you know. So I mean the 1 terabyte Series S is cool, but it's just that, you know, when it comes to these consoles and hard drives, they you know, the console manufacturers need to have it where the system recognizes the drive and the system format the drive internally and externally, and that needs to happen, you know, especially with the PlayStation 3, the PlayStation 4, the Xbox 360, Xbox One is already doing it, but the Series X and S, you know, that needs to happen, you know. And a lot of gamers, you know, that play on the Xbox consoles or the PlayStation consoles, they need to address this to Sony and Microsoft. Since we got all these social media platforms, they need to address this. Like, look, this is a problem. The system is supposed to, I mean, first the PS3, the PS4 shouldn't have a hard drive limit on it. They shouldn't. The Xbox 360 shouldn't have a hard drive limit. The Xbox One shouldn't have a hard drive limit. You know, because these hard drives now are getting up into 30 and 50 terabytes of storage. So when it comes to the PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, they shouldn't have a hard drive limit. And these consoles now, they should be doing the formatting. Like, if you run out of space on the internal, you should be able to format the hard drive internally and externally on the console, so you can use it and continue playing your games and stuff, and continue playing your games. You know, PlayStation fans need to do this, and Xbox fans need to do this. They really need to call out Sony and Microsoft on this. this is a serious problem. The console is supposed to do the formatting. Okay? The PlayStation console do the formatting. The Xbox console does the formatting. And, they should be able, if you run out of space, of hard drive space, those consoles are supposed to format the hard drives for you, It'll save you some time, It's supposed to recognize the hard drive if it's a Seagate or it's a Western Digital, any size. And once you put it on them consoles, it's supposed to recognize it. And those consoles, meaning the PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, those systems, they need to format the hard drives. So that they can work on those console, or you buy the hard drive, you connect it to your desktop, you go to the PlayStation website, or you go to the Microsoft website, and then Sony should have a system where if you connect a hard drive to your desktop, and you're planning, that's like a SATA hard drive to your desktop, and you're planning to use it, let's say on the PS3, PS4, the computer's supposed to do all the formatting for you, and then you can use that drive on the PS3, PS4, and let's say you're about to do the same for the Xbox. The computer does the formatting for you, and then you just slide the hard drive in the console, and then the console is supposed to recognize it, and then you can continue gaming on from there. Because the process that Sony sends you through right now, when it comes to the PS3 and PS4, it's a nightmare. It's not good. So that needs to change. And the same thing goes for Xbox. They need to if you plan on putting a SATA hard drive on your 360 or your Xbox One, the system is the computer can format it for you, and then you put that drive on the 360 and Xbox One, and then go on from there. So when it comes to those consoles, that hard drive issue is a problem. So that situation, it needs to be taken care of. It will save a lot of gamers a lot of headaches. And the PlayStation gamers need to call Sony out on this, and the Xbox gamers need to call Microsoft out on this. They really do. Because these companies, they make billions of dollars. And we're the consumer, so it should behoove us to call them out on this. Like, why not have us connect the hard drive? Have us connect the hard drive to the desktop. Let the desktop formats it from your site, formats it, and then we take the drive and stick it on the say PS3, PS4, or the Xbox 360, Xbox One, or Series X and S, and then once we format it, and then once we connect it to those consoles, it should work. So yeah, that is a serious thing, man. When it comes to these hard drives on these consoles like the PlayStation 3, the PS4, the 360, the Xbox One, those consoles should never have any hard drive limits. Now that we have hard drives that are like in the 20 terabytes, 30 terabytes, 18, 16, 23, 25, these hard drives are getting, are bigger now. So Sony and Microsoft really need to fix the hard drive problem between the PS3, PS4, and the Xbox 360, Xbox One. That's just my thoughts and input and on this whole hard drive problem that's been going on in the console market for quite some time now. It's been 16 years since PS3 never had an external hard drive, and PlayStation 4 now is getting up there in years, and the hard drive problem is not fixed. And then look at the 360. Xbox One, you can format your drives, but 360 still got an issue. So these hard drives on these consoles, they need to be they need to be addressed. And I think the Xbox fans and the PlayStation fans really needs really needs to address this issue, because it's a problem, you know. And you know, no console manufacturer should have their users going through these problems, especially when you got the hard drives as big as they are now. These SATA hard drives as big as they are. No console manufacturer should have their user base going through this. You know, they should have fixed this issue like from day one. You know, but the problem is still lingering. So this is a problem in the PlayStation fans and the Xbox fans. They really need to address this. But that's just my thoughts and opinion on the whole thing. So let me know your thoughts and opinion on this. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still Star Wars, Star Trek thing. Dark Section. Go. Base.